You know, there's actually in the supplement industry, they were selling arachidonic acid because it's pro-inflammatory. And what causes muscle growth?
Sure.
Inflammation. So I tried it, right? And I tore up my shoulder. I'm like, this is not good. I can't make gains if I'm injured. So I think you're looking at pro-inflammatory issues. I always say inflammation is Satan. Like systemic inflammation is terrible. Now, obviously, acute inflammation after a workout will lead to, hypertrophy. It helps do that. But when you're looking systemically, you want to minimize your inflammation systemically because cytokines, all that good stuff, things go crazy, you're more likely to get sick. So how do seed oils contribute to the inflammation and chronic diseases? Do you know of a pathway that exists?
Sure. Yeah. So this is a really interesting area of controversy to dig into. I'm going to tell you kind of the talking point from pro seed oil people, and I'm going to tell you some ways that it's limited, and then I'll also go into more depth on your question. So, the conversion pathway from linoleic acid to arachidonic acid has 3 or 4 steps. There's a review of about 15 studies showing that in the populations that were studied, the intake of linoleic acid does not convert readily to arachidonic acid. So people will cite this and say, well, seed oils aren't inflammatory. Linoleic acid or even omega-6 is not inflammatory because it barely converts to arachidonic acid. So there are kind of 2 problems right off the bat with that. One is that most of the people studied in those, in that meta-analysis were of European Caucasian descent. There's a gene cluster called the FADS1. I think it's the fatty acid desaturase 1 gene cluster. So, people can have different mutations or single nucleotide polymorphisms that will affect the metabolism of omega-6 fats into arachidonic acid. The pathway involved there is D6D or delta 6 desaturase. And so one issue is we know that African American and Latino people do convert linoleic acid more readily to arachidonic acid. So it's a little bit, you might say it's racist to say it doesn't ever convert to arachidonic acid because
seed oil is so racist. That's why you should avoid seed oil. It's racist.
Well,
it only attacks Black people.
It is, this is a problem in science, actually.